The Crocodile and the Monkey's Lesson. In a lush, green forest by a sparkling river, there lived a clever monkey who loved to swing from tree to tree. He was friends with all the animals, and his wisdom was well known. One sunny day, while the monkey was munching on some ripe, juicy mangoes, a crocodile swam by. The crocodile admired the monkey's beautiful mangoes and wanted some for himself. The crocodile greeted the monkey and said, "Hello there, dear monkey. Would you be kind enough to share some of your delicious mangoes with me?" The monkey happily obliged. As days went by, the crocodile and the monkey became good friends. The monkey would throw mangoes to the crocodile, and they would chat about their lives and dreams. One day, the crocodile thought about sharing the mangoes with his wife. He told her about his new friend, the monkey, and how delicious the mangoes were. The crocodile's wife, craving the mangoes, devised a plan. She said, "If the mangoes are so sweet, imagine how delicious the monkey's heart must be after eating them every day." The crocodile was hesitant, but his wife's persistence won him over. He decided to deceive his friend to bring him home for a feast. His heart was heavy with guilt, but he agreed. The next day, the crocodile invited the monkey for a ride across the river, promising to show him a beautiful island filled with mango trees. The monkey excitedly accepted the offer. As they swam across the river, the crocodile revealed his true intentions. "My wife wants to eat your heart, my friend. I'm sorry, but this is the end for you," he confessed. The clever monkey thought quickly. "Oh, dear friend, why didn't you tell me earlier? I would have brought my heart along. I left it on the tree," he exclaimed. The foolish crocodile believed the monkey's words. "Let's go back and fetch your heart," he said, turning back toward the riverbank. The monkey smiled inwardly at his chance to escape. As soon as they reached the shore, the monkey leapt to the safety of the treetops. "You betrayed our friendship for a meal," the monkey called down. "You will never deceive me again." Feeling ashamed and defeated, the crocodile swam away. He realized the value of true friendship and how his greed had ruined it. He never tried to trick the monkey again. The monkey continued to live happily in the forest, sharing his wisdom and mangoes with all who came by. The crocodile, too, learned to appreciate the simple joys of life. And so, the clever monkey and the regretful crocodile remained in the forest, each understanding the importance of trust and honesty in friendship. Please subscribe to our channel, like, share, and comment. From Frog to Prince, a tale of true worth. In a dense, magical forest, there lived a humble frog with a secret. He wasn't always a frog. He was a prince cursed by an evil witch. One day, a young princess wandered into the forest, searching for adventure. She stumbled upon the frog sitting on a lily pad. Curious, the princess leaned closer. The frog spoke, surprising her. "I can help you find your way if you promise to be my friend." The princess, intrigued and compassionate, agreed to the frog's request without hesitation. Together, they ventured deeper into the woods. As they journeyed, the princess and the frog faced many challenges. Each time, the frog's wisdom and bravery shone through, guiding them safely. The princess began to see beyond the frog's appearance. She realized that true value lies not in looks, but in character and kindness. One evening, as they rested by a sparkling stream, the frog revealed his secret. "I was once a prince, cursed to live as a frog until someone saw my true worth." The princess, moved by his story, promised to help break the curse. She held the frog gently and kissed him, hoping her love would set him free. A magical light enveloped the frog, and he transformed back into his princely form. The princess gasped in surprise and joy as she saw the handsome prince. Grateful and humbled, the prince thanked the princess for her kindness and bravery. They knew their bond had grown beyond mere friendship. Returning to the palace, the prince and princess shared their story with the kingdom. The people celebrated their prince's return and the princess's wisdom. The princess and prince ruled the kingdom together, always remembering the lesson they learned. True beauty and worth lie within, not in outward appearances. Their story became a legend, teaching generations to value inner goodness over superficial looks. The kingdom flourished under their compassionate rule, and so the frog prince and his princess lived happily ever after, their hearts forever entwined by the magic of their journey and the truth they discovered. Please subscribe to my channel.
Tiny Heroes, the Lion's Life-Saving Lesson. A tiny mouse could save a mighty lion. This seemingly improbable scenario. The lion and the mouse. In a lush, vibrant jungle, a mighty lion ruled over all the animals. His majestic presence and fearsome roar kept every creature in awe and, often, in fear. The fierce lion and the tiny, seemingly insignificant mouse. Despite their vast differences, their paths would soon intersect in a way that changed both their lives. One day, the mouse accidentally ran across the lion's path. In its haste and panic, it scurried directly in front of the lion, unaware of the consequences that awaited. The lion, with his powerful paw, captured the mouse easily. The tiny creature trembled in fear, caught in the formidable grip of the jungle's ruler, knowing its fate seemed sealed. The mouse begged for its life, promising to return the favor one day. Its tiny voice quivered with desperation as it pleaded, hoping the mighty lion would show mercy. Amused, the lion decided to spare the mouse and set it free. With a booming laugh, he released the tiny creature, doubting it could ever repay the favor. Days went by, and the lion continued his reign over the jungle. He roamed the vast terrain, confident and unchallenged, never expecting to see the mouse again. One fateful day, the lion was caught in a hunter's net. Struggling fiercely, he found himself trapped, his roars echoing through the jungle, seeking help from anyone who would listen. The lion roared for help, but none of the big animals could save him. They tried and failed, leaving the lion increasingly desperate and hopeless in the hunter's net. Hearing the lion's roars, the mouse rushed to his aid. Despite its small size, the mouse was determined to help the mighty lion who once spared its life. Using its sharp teeth, the mouse gnawed through the ropes and freed the lion. The lion watched in amazement as the tiny creature cut through the net. The lion, now free, was deeply grateful to the tiny mouse. He couldn't believe such a small creature had saved his life, proving that size doesn't determine bravery or worth. This tale teaches us that even the smallest creatures can make a big difference. The lion learned to value all beings, understanding that everyone has unique strengths and abilities. The lion's act of kindness towards the mouse was a gesture of compassion. He didn't expect anything in return but was repaid in his moment of dire need, showcasing the power of kindness. This story highlights the importance of reciprocity. The mouse returned the favor when the lion was trapped, proving that good deeds, no matter how small, hold tremendous value and significance. The lion and the mouse and their journey unfold reminds us of the beauty found in unexpected friendships and acts of kindness. Next time you encounter someone in need, regardless of their size or status, remember this story. Extend a helping hand. If this tale inspired you, support more stories like this by liking, sharing, and subscribing our channel Rajus World.
The Milkmaid's Dream, a lesson in staying grounded. A serene morning lit up the countryside as a young milkmaid walked to the market with her pail of fresh milk balanced on her head. Her steps were light, her heart even lighter. Her mind, however, was far from the dusty path. She began to think of the money she would earn from selling the milk. "With this money, I'll buy some hens," she mused. "The hens will lay eggs, and she could sell the eggs for even more money." "Oh, how wonderful life will be," she thought, her face lighting up with excitement. "And the money from the eggs will buy me a lovely dress," she envisioned, picturing herself in a beautiful gown, admired by everyone in the village. Her imagination soared. "But that's not all," she continued in her thoughts. "With my new dress, I'll catch the eye of a handsome young man. We'll get married and live in a grand house." Caught up in her daydreams, she walked more briskly, her excitement palpable. She didn't notice the uneven ground beneath her feet. Suddenly, she stumbled. The pail of milk toppled off her head, crashing to the ground. The milk spilled everywhere, soaking into the dirt. Her dreams of riches vanished in an instant, replaced by disappointment. "Oh no!" she exclaimed, realizing what had happened. Her visions of hens, eggs, and a new dress disappeared along with the milk. She felt a deep sense of loss. Standing there, she understood the folly of her daydreaming. She had been so lost in thoughts of the future that she had overlooked the present, and now she had nothing to show for her efforts. Reflecting on her mistake, she vowed to stay grounded. "From now on, I will focus on what I have, not on what I hope to have," she resolved, her heart heavy but wiser. As she walked back home, she pondered the lesson she had learned. The road seemed longer, but her resolve grew stronger with each step. She vowed not to let dreams overshadow her reality again. Instead, she would work diligently and patiently, taking each step one at a time, appreciating the journey. Her story spread through the village, teaching others about the importance of staying present. The milkmaid's unfortunate day became a valuable lesson in realism and mindfulness. The next time she carried milk to the market, her focus was sharp and unwavering. She sold the milk and slowly began to build a future grounded in hard work and practical steps. And so, the milkmaid's tale became a timeless reminder. While dreams are beautiful, it's the present moment and our actions within it that truly shape our future. Please subscribe to our channel. Change My Life, The Ugly Duckling's Transformation. A tranquil lake bathed in the soft golden glow of dawn, mist gently rising from its surface. Birds chirp melodiously, and the serene water mirrors the awakening sky. Amidst this picturesque setting, the ugly duckling emerges, surrounded by lush reeds and the gentle rustle of leaves. The other animals curiously watch as it takes its first hesitant steps. As the duckling hatches, the barnyard animals stare in shock. Unlike its fluffy siblings, it appears awkward and different, eliciting whispers and sidelong glances from its peers. The duckling's stark contrast to its siblings becomes immediately apparent. While they are golden and fluffy, it is gray and ungainly, setting it apart in the most unfortunate way. The teasing begins almost instantly. The other animals mock its awkward gait and dull feathers, their cruel laughter echoing around the lake, deepening the duckling's sense of shame. The duckling wandered by the lake, feeling the sting of isolation deep in its heart. Surrounded by jeering voices, it longed for a sense of belonging amidst the cruel world. In its search for acceptance, the duckling approached various animal groups, only to be shunned each time. Their cold eyes and dismissive glances deepened its sense of loneliness. Rejection became a constant companion. Every attempt to fit in was met with sneers and turned backs. The duckling felt like an outsider in every corner of the farm. As winter's chill descended, the duckling struggled to survive the harsh conditions. Its feathers ruffled against the icy winds. It persevered through bitter cold and biting frost. With each passing day, the duckling grew stronger. The harsh winter forged resilience within it, and subtle changes began to take shape, hinting at an impending transformation. As winter's grip loosens, the duckling begins to change, feathers brightening, body growing stronger. The ice melts, revealing a newfound beauty emerging from the once awkward, gangly form. Blossoms bloom, and the duckling, now transformed, catches its reflection in the clear water. Shock and wonder fill its heart as it sees a majestic swan gazing back. Gracefully, the swan spreads its wings, feeling a sense of belonging and acceptance among the other swans. They welcome it without hesitation, recognizing one of their own. The swan feels an inner calling to return to the lake of its birth. Memories flood back as it glides over familiar waters, now with confidence and elegance. Upon arrival, the other animals marvel at the stunning swan. They do not recognize it as the awkward duckling they once knew. The transformation leaves them in awe. The swan, now graceful and elegant, gently glides back to the familiar waters of its old home. The other animals stare in awe, not recognizing their old acquaintance. The swan's siblings gather, puzzled by the majestic bird before them. They inch closer, trying to understand the connection they feel, but can't quite place. With a calm and gentle voice, the swan reveals its true identity, astonishing everyone. The realization dawns, filling the air with gasps and whispered exclamations. The transformation astonishes the animals, teaching them a profound lesson about self-acceptance and the beauty of embracing differences. The swan's journey inspires newfound respect and understanding. Surrounded by new friends and old, the swan reflects on its journey. The serene waters mirror the swan's calm, encouraging everyone to embrace their uniqueness and spread kindness. Please subscribe, like, share, and comment. Golden Greed, the Farmer's Folly. Once upon a time, in a humble village, there lived a poor farmer. Every day, he toiled on his land, struggling to make ends meet for his family. One morning, while feeding his animals, the farmer discovered a peculiar goose among his flock. Unlike the others, this goose had feathers that shimmered in the sunlight. To his amazement, the next day, the farmer found a golden egg in the goose's nest. He couldn't believe his eyes and thought it must be a miracle. Day after day, the goose laid a single golden egg. The farmer sold these eggs and soon became wealthy beyond his wildest dreams. His fortunes changed dramatically, but as his wealth grew, so did his greed. He began to wonder how many more golden eggs the goose had inside. His desire for more consumed him. One night, unable to control his greed, the farmer decided to take drastic action. He assumed that inside the goose must be a great treasure trove of golden eggs. With a heavy heart, he took a knife and approached the sleeping goose. Without a second thought, he killed the goose, hoping to extract all the riches at once. To his shock and horror, the inside of the goose was just like any other. There were no piles of golden eggs, just the lifeless body of the miraculous bird. The farmer was devastated. In his greed, he had destroyed the very source of his newfound wealth. He had nothing to show for his riches except regret. The village people heard of the farmer's foolish act and pitied him. They realized that his insatiable greed had cost him everything and served as a cautionary tale. The farmer, now poorer than before, learned a hard lesson. He understood that his discontent and greed had led him to ruin. He vowed to change his ways. As time passed, he started to work his land again, appreciating the simple joys of life. He shared his story with others, hoping they would learn from his mistake. The tale of the golden goose spread far and wide, teaching many about the importance of contentment. People learned that greed often leads to loss, not gain. The farmer lived out his days with a renewed sense of gratitude, cherishing the simple things he once took for granted. And so, the village thrived with the wisdom of his story. Please subscribe, like, and share.
In the ancient land of Ayodhya lived a prince named Rama. He was the eldest son of King Dasharatha. Rama was a noble and kind-hearted prince loved by all. He was also skilled in archery and warfare. One day, King Dasharatha decided to crown Rama as his successor. However, his stepmother, Kaikeyi, wanted her own son to be crowned instead. Asked King Dasharatha to send Rama into exile for 14 years. The king reluctantly agreed, and Rama set out into the forest with his wife Sita and brother Lakshmana. During their exile, Sita was kidnapped by the demon king Ravana. Rama and Lakshmana sought the help of the Hanuman to rescue her. Hanuman and Sugriva led an army of monkeys to Lanka, the kingdom of Ravana, and waged a mighty battle. In the end, Rama defeated Ravana and rescued Sita. After 14 years of exile, Rama, Sita, and Lakshmana returned to Ayodhya. Rama was crowned as king, and his rule was marked by peace and prosperity. However, doubts were cast on Sita's purity due to her time in Ravana's captivity. To prove her innocence, Sita underwent a trial by fire and emerged unscathed. Despite this, Rama was forced to send Sita into exile as people continued to doubt her. Sita went back to the forest where she gave birth to twins, Lava and Kusha. Years later, Rama met his sons and was overjoyed. He brought them back to Ayodhya and declared them his rightful heirs. Rama ruled Ayodhya for many years and was loved by his people. Upon completing his duties on earth, Rama returned to the heavens, leaving behind a legacy of righteousness and honor.
Greed's downfall, the fisherman and his wife. In a quaint village by the sea, a humble fisherman lived with his wife. Every day, he cast his net into the ocean, hoping for a good catch. One day, the fisherman caught a golden fish. To his surprise, the fish spoke, begging to be set free. In gratitude, the fish offered to grant any wish. The fisherman, with a kind heart, released the fish without asking for anything. When he told his wife, she was furious. She demanded that he return and ask for a beautiful new house. Reluctantly, the fisherman returned to the sea. He called out to the golden fish and made his wife's wish. Instantly, their tiny shack transformed into a grand house. The fisherman's wife was pleased for a while, but soon her greed grew. She wanted to be the queen. The fisherman, fearful but obedient, returned to the sea. The golden fish granted the new wish, and the fisherman's wife became queen. However, her satisfaction was fleeting. She then demanded to be the empress. Again, the fisherman went to the sea, feeling the weight of his wife's insatiable desires. The fish granted the wish, and she became the empress. But even being an empress didn't satisfy her. She wanted to control the sun and the moon. The fisherman knew this wish was too grand, but he had no choice. He called to the golden fish one last time. The fish, visibly tired, listened to the request. With a heavy heart, it granted the final, impossible wish. In an instant, everything vanished. The grand house, the royal garments, even their simple shack disappeared. The fisherman and his wife found themselves standing where they began, with nothing. The fisherman's wife wept bitterly, realizing her endless greed had taken everything away. The fisherman, though sad, accepted their fate with quiet resignation. Days turned into weeks, and they resumed their simple life by the sea. The lesson was clear. Greed leads to downfall, while contentment brings peace. As the sun set over the ocean, the fisherman continued his work, grateful for what he had. His wife, too, slowly learned to appreciate the simple joys. And so, the humble fisherman and his wife lived on, embracing the wisdom that being content with what you have is the true path to happiness. Please subscribe, comment, like, and share.
Building Strong, The Three Little Pigs Adventure. Once upon a time, in a lively meadow, three little pigs decided it was time to build their own homes. They waved goodbye to their mother and set off on their exciting adventure. The first little pig, eager but hasty, chose to build a house of straw. He believed it would be quick and easy, giving him more time to play and enjoy the sunny days. The second little pig, a bit more cautious, decided to build a house of sticks. It took him a bit longer, but he was confident it would protect him from the elements and any trouble. The third little pig, the wisest of all, chose to build his house out of bricks. He knew it would require a lot of effort and time, but he understood the value of a strong foundation. As the pigs worked on their homes, a big bad wolf roamed the forest, always on the lookout for his next meal. He had heard of the three little pigs and was already planning his approach. When the wolf found the first pig's straw house, he huffed, and he puffed, easily blowing it down. The first pig ran to his brother's stick house for safety, trembling with fear. The wolf then approached the stick house and huffed, and he puffed, blowing it down as well. Both pigs ran to their brother's brick house, hoping it would keep them safe from the wolf. Determined to get inside, the wolf huffed, and he puffed, but the brick house stood strong. No matter how hard he tried, he couldn't blow the sturdy house down. The pigs rejoiced inside the brick house, realizing the third pig's hard work and perseverance had saved them. They knew they were safe from the wolf's relentless attempts. Tired and frustrated, the wolf eventually gave up and disappeared into the forest, leaving the three little pigs to celebrate their victory and newfound wisdom. The pigs learned that taking shortcuts and choosing the easy way out can lead to trouble, while hard work and dedication build strong and lasting results. From that day on, the three little pigs lived peacefully in their brick house, always remembering the importance of planning and building strong foundations. They spent the days happily working together, ensuring their home remained a safe haven from any future dangers that might come their way. And so, the three little pigs story became a cherished tale in the meadow, reminding everyone of the value of perseverance, preparation, and the strength of a solid foundation. Please subscribe my channel.
Wise Old Owl. In a vibrant village, nestled among rolling hills, lived a wise old owl named Oliver. Oliver was known for his wisdom and kind heart. One sunny morning, a mischievous squirrel named Sammy decided to play a trick on the other animals in the village. He hid their food supplies. The animals grew worried as they searched for their missing food. They couldn't understand who would do such a thing. Oliver observed silently, sensing the turmoil. Seeing the distress, Oliver called a meeting under the ancient oak tree. He addressed the animals calmly. "We must work together to solve this." Sammy watched from a distance, feeling a mix of guilt and curiosity. He had not anticipated the chaos his prank would cause. Oliver suggested they form teams to search different areas of the village. He emphasized the importance of unity and cooperation in times of trouble. As the team scoured the village, Sammy's guilt grew. He realized the impact of his actions and wished to make amends, but fear held him back. Hours passed, and Oliver's team discovered the hidden food near Sammy's favorite spot. The animals were relieved and grateful for Oliver's guidance. Oliver suspected Sammy's involvement, but chose to keep it to himself. Instead, he gathered everyone and praised their collective effort and unity. Sammy, moved by Oliver's compassion, stepped forward and confessed. The animals listened quietly, and Oliver spoke, "We all make mistakes." Sammy apologized sincerely and offered to help restore what he had disturbed. The animals accepted his apology, and they all worked together. From that day on, Sammy learned the value of honesty and helping others. The village thrived, united by the lessons of kindness and cooperation. Please subscribe to our channel. Clever crow's pebble trick for water. A parched landscape stretches endlessly under a blazing sun, where a thirsty crow flutters weakly, searching for water. Its wings are heavy, and hope seems to be slipping away. The crow's need for water is palpable, a life or death mission, with every passing moment intensifying its urgency. In the distance, the crow's sharp eyes catch a glimmer. There, standing alone, is a narrow pitcher with a small amount of water shimmering at the bottom. The crow eagerly plunges its beak into the pitcher, but the opening is too narrow. Frustration floods over it as the water remains just out of reach. The crow pauses, frustration evident in its eyes. It contemplates its next move, knowing giving up isn't an option. The scorching heat presses on, making the situation more dire. The crow, after a moment of frustration, notices small pebbles scattered around the pitcher. It pauses, tilts its head, and studies the pebbles curiously, pondering a possible solution. With renewed determination, the crow picks up a pebble in its beak and carefully drops it into the pitcher. The sound of the pebble hitting the water echoes faintly. The water level rises slightly, giving the crow a glimmer of hope. Its eyes brighten as it realizes the pebbles might help it reach the precious water. Excitement fills the crow as it starts picking up more pebbles and dropping them into the pitcher. Each pebble causes the water level to rise a bit more. Despite the slow progress, the crow remains persistent. It tirelessly continues to gather and drop pebbles, driven by the promise of quenching its thirst with each effort. The crow carefully selects another pebble, determined to succeed. It drops the final pebble into the pitcher, watching as the water level finally reaches the brim. Relief washes over it. With anticipation, the crow lowers its beak, savoring the cool, refreshing water. Each sip brings immense relief and satisfaction, quenching its long-standing thirst in the scorching heat. Gratitude fills the crow as it looks around, acknowledging the small pebbles that made this possible. The crow spreads its wings and takes flight, leaving the now empty pitcher behind. It soars into the sky, carrying the lesson of persistence and ingenuity in its heart. Key moments flash: the crow's struggle, the eureka moment, and the final sip. The journey encapsulated in these visuals underscores the importance of patience and creative problem-solving. The moral of the story: the crow's journey highlights that clever thinking and hard work can overcome even the toughest challenges. The crow reflects on its journey, feeling proud of its resourcefulness. This personal touch brings a deeper connection to the story, showing that even small creatures can teach us big lessons. The story inspires everyone to look for unconventional solutions. It's a reminder that perseverance and innovation can turn obstacles into opportunities. The scene fades out with the crow flying into the horizon, symbolizing new beginnings. Please like, share, and subscribe to this channel for more stories. The Tiger and the Cow, an animated tale. What happens when a fierce tiger meets a gentle cow? It's a tale that defies expectations, blending the wild with the tame in an extraordinary journey of discovery and friendship. The Tiger and the Cow, an unlikely friendship. In the heart of a dense jungle, the air is alive with the sounds of birds and rustling leaves. Nature's symphony sets the stage for an unexpected encounter. A majestic tiger prowls through the jungle, eyes sharp and muscles tense. Each step is purposeful as it searches for its next meal, driven by instinct and hunger. I must find food soon, the tiger thinks, its stomach growling with urgency. Determination fuels its every move, as the hunt is both a necessity and a challenge. In a peaceful meadow, a cow grazes calmly, her soft eyes reflecting a life of simplicity. She moves slowly, savoring each mouthful of fresh grass under the golden sun. The cow's days are filled with tranquility, her contentment evident in every gentle step. She enjoys the harmony of nature, unbothered by the worries of the world. In the jungle, a tiger prowls silently, eyes sharp and focused. His powerful muscles ripple as he moves with a predator's grace, driven by a relentless hunger. From a distance, the tiger spots the cow, and his instincts kick in. Suspenseful music fills the air as he crouches, preparing to pounce on his unsuspecting prey. The cow senses the approaching danger, but remains surprisingly calm. Her serene demeanor contrasts sharply with the tiger's fierce intent, creating a moment of unexpected tension. The tiger hesitates, caught off guard by the cow's calm demeanor. His instincts scream to pounce, but something in the cow's serene eyes makes him pause and reconsider his actions. Curiosity replaces the tiger's hunger. He circles the cow, who stands still, unafraid. The tiger's mind races, trying to understand this unexpected encounter that defies his nature. The cow speaks softly, acknowledging the tiger while sharing wisdom about peace and coexistence. Her gentle words pierce the tiger's fierce exterior, sparking an internal conflict within him. The tiger begins to question his instincts, intrigued by the cow's perspective. He listens, absorbing her lessons on harmony and realizing that there might be a different path for him. Over time, the tiger and cow spend more moments together, their bond growing stronger. They share stories, experiences, and slowly, an unlikely friendship forms, built on mutual respect and understanding. The tiger and cow face a fierce storm, huddling together for warmth and safety. Their trust in each other deepens, revealing the strength of their newfound bond as they weather the challenge. The narrator explains the morale, emphasizing that friendship can blossom in the most unexpected places. Understanding and empathy can bridge even the widest gaps, transforming fear into respect and harmony. The tiger and cow live in harmony, enjoying each other's company. They share moments of joy, showing that true friendship transcends differences, bringing peace and happiness to their lives. Recapping the story's key messages, it's clear that kindness and understanding can change hearts. The tiger's transformation reminds us of the power of compassion and the beauty of unlikely friendships. Please subscribe to our channel. Beware the flattering fox trick. Ever wondered how flattery can trick even the smartest of us? This timeless tale reveals how cunning words can deceive, teaching us to be cautious of those with hidden motives. In a lush, vibrant forest, a majestic tree stands tall, home to a wise crow. The morning sun casts a golden glow, creating an enchanting atmosphere. Perched on a high branch, the crow clutches a delicious piece of cheese in its beak. Its eyes gleam with satisfaction as it surveys the serene surroundings. Nearby, a sly fox sneaks through the forest, its stomach growling with hunger. The fox's sharp eyes catch sight of the crow and its prized cheese. Licking its lips, the fox's mind races with a crafty plan. "I'll have to be smart to get that cheese," it thinks, devising a scheme to outwit the crow. The fox, eyes glinting with mischief, quickly devised a plan to acquire the cheese. "I'll have to be smart to get that cheese," he thought, a cunning smile spreading across his face. With a calculated approach, the fox started by showering the crow with compliments. "Oh, what magnificent feathers you have! They shimmer so beautifully," he said, hoping to catch the crow's attention. Intrigued by the unexpected praise, the crow glanced down at the fox. Though curious, the crow kept a firm grip on the cheese, wary of the fox's intentions. Noticing the crow's interest, the fox increased his flattery. "You're not just beautiful, but also incredibly intelligent," he continued, weaving his words with skill. The crow began to feel a sense of pride. Emboldened by the crow's reaction, the fox decided to go for the ultimate compliment. "Surely, a bird as splendid as you must have a voice as lovely as your appearance," he said. The fox, eyes gleaming with cunning, leaned closer and said, "Dear crow, I have heard tales of your enchanting voice. Would you honor me with just one song?" The crow hesitated. The crow, flattered by the fox's words, puffed out its chest, feeling a surge of pride. "A song? For such a compliment, why not?" it thought, preparing to sing. As the crow opened its beak to sing, the delicious cheese slipped and tumbled through the air. The fox watched, ready to seize the moment and the prize. With a swift leap, the fox caught the dropping cheese, its sharp teeth sinking into the soft, savory morsel. The crow, mid-song, realized its mistake too late. The crow stared in disbelief as the fox devoured the cheese. It had been outsmarted by flattery. The forest echoed with the lesson learned. Beware of sweet words. Flattery can be deceptive. Be cautious of sweet words. It's important to recognize when someone's compliments may have hidden motives. Always think twice before acting on flattering words, especially from strangers. The crow, filled with regret, understands the consequence of its vanity. It now knows that not all praise is genuine. Though saddened by the loss, the crow has gained wisdom. Satisfied with its clever trick, the fox trots away with the cheese. It has successfully used flattery to achieve its goal. The fox's cunning nature has won this round. As the forest scene fades, the moral of the story lingers. Viewers are reminded to stay vigilant against deceit. It's a lesson in valuing substance over superficial praise. Please subscribe, like, share, and comment. The selfish giant's heartwarming transformation. The giant's castle stood tall, its spires piercing the sky, while golden sunlight bathed its ancient stone walls. Lush green gardens surrounded it, filled with flowers and birds singing melodious tunes. What happens when a giant decides to shut everyone out? This question lingered in the air, as the once lively castle and garden now awaited the return of their formidable owner. The garden was a paradise, with vibrant flowers, bubbling streams, and children's laughter echoing through the trees. Joyful moments were shared here, creating memories that would last a lifetime. Returning from a long journey, the giant's heavy footsteps echoed through his castle. He surveyed his domain, a mix of nostalgia and determination in his eyes as he made a fateful decision. The giant, feeling possessive of his beautiful garden, erected a high wall, shutting out the world. Stones clashed as the barrier rose, sealing off the laughter and joy outside. Children gathered outside the tall wall, their faces pressed against the cold stones, eyes filled with longing. They missed the laughter and joy they once shared in the giant's beautiful garden. Winter's grip tightened as the garden lay barren and cold, starkly different from the vibrant village. The giant's isolation decision had turned his paradise into a desolate, icy realm. Loneliness gnawed at the giant's heart, confusion mingling with regret. He couldn't comprehend why his once lively garden remained in perpetual winter, despite the village's blooming beauty all around. Unexpectedly, a small, brave child found a way through a gap in the wall. With wide-eyed wonder, the child began to play, filling the silent garden with laughter. As the child played, the garden responded, flowers blooming and warmth returning. The giant, watching from afar, noticed the transformation and pondered the mystery behind his garden's sudden revival. The giant noticed the garden's transformation and pondered the reason behind it. The once barren land now bloomed with vibrant flowers and lush greenery, all because of the child's presence. Curiosity piqued, the giant observed the child playing joyfully. He realized that the garden thrived on the children's laughter and happiness. The giant saw the correlation between joy and the garden's beauty. With newfound understanding, the giant decided to tear down the wall. His heart filled with hope as he watched the barrier crumble, eager to invite the children back inside. Children rushed into the garden, their laughter echoing through the air. The garden flourished with life and color, reflecting the joy and energy of the young souls running around. The giant smiled, feeling fulfilled and happy. Watching the children play brought warmth to his heart. He formed strong bonds of friendship, realizing the true value of sharing and companionship. The garden thrived through all seasons, as children's laughter echoed and flowers bloomed year-round. The once barren winter garden now blossomed with life, a testament to the power of companionship. The giant, transformed by the children's joy, shifted from selfish to selfless. He shared his space and heart, realizing the beauty of generosity. His newfound friendships filled him with purpose. Reflecting on his journey, the giant understood the significance of his actions. He had learned that isolation breeds desolation, but sharing brings warmth and vitality to life's garden. The tale underscores the value of sharing and friendship, showing how openness cultivates happiness. The giant's story is a reminder of the profound impact of kindness and inclusion. Please subscribe to our channel